see what's popping in these 7-0 decks this week. The Packmates are a group of friends who enjoy drafting, getting dibs, as people say, and just generally card sharking around. I'm Andrew, the resident aggro expert this week.
I'm Ryan, the resident aggro expert.
I'm really not the resident aggro expert. And we're the Packmates.
We are the Packmates.
Yep.
Packmating it up this week.
Glad to be back this week.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Original recipe Packmates this week.
Yep.
Yeah. Been a while.
Yep. Yeah, don't worry, guys. The best member is back. Yeah. It's nice to be back, but what are we talking about this week, guys?
We're going to talk about our F&M decks, and then we're going to look at all these trophy decks that have been posted in the Discord. And we're going to critique them and tell them why they did a bad thing.
Or why they did a good thing.
Yeah, why they did
We're not all negative here.
Yeah.
They did good things like making gyms.
Hopefully, ideally, we'll, be like, this is the good thing of the deck, and this is the bad thing. Like, this is where the deck could improve.
Not all decks have a bad thing.
Yeah, where they could improve. They could improve.
Yeah.
Maybe some weak spots.
I want to know how to make gyms in Arena. Like, I need a gym factory here. Yeah. I'm ready to cut some gyms.
Yeah.
Or get gold. Gold's good too.
So how'd the F&M go this week, guys?
We all ended up technically with the same record.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like a triangle.
We're a six-person pod, and all three of us were in it.
The Shark Tank.
We all three beat each other. And there was no undefeated.
No undefeated. It was a train wreck disaster. We not only did we each beat each other, we 2-0'd each other.
Yeah, tilted each other.
Super tilted each other. Non-games against each other.
Yeah.
Where we one of us destroyed the other one.
Oh, yeah.
And that was
within 15 minutes.
Yeah. A really quick F&M. We had a lot of time to sit and think about our mistakes.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it was funny. So I ended up beating Ryan in round 1.
Yep. So I start off 0-1.
0-1.
Mm-hmm.
And then I won my second game, and I lost the pair down. That shouldn't have even really happened.
Six-man pod.
Six-man pod.
3 games guaranteed, right? That's the way.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like it should be 3.
Yeah,
if you're going to pay to draft, you should get to play 3 games.
That would be nice.
That's true.
Yeah, it's nice.
So I ended up losing to Andrew in round 3 after he lost to Ryan in the pair down in round 2.
Super salty loss too, by the way. I was salted up.
So was mine.
Yeah.
Mine was super salty.
I lost to Rowie, and I was like, dude, this deck is so garbage. I'm just glad that I'm losing the first round, and I can play against other people that lost in the first round. And then I was like, nope, paired up versus Andrew. I'm like, okay, cool. Is this the week that it finally happens? I go 1-2.
It's been a while since
Nope.
Nope.
Oh, man.
That's funny. Yeah.
You could have given Andrew a 1-2 this week. You could have done it.
I could have. I was trying real hard.
You could have.
But it wasn't even
But
close.
Alas, my deck was so good. It was just, it's
not good enough to beat Ryan's deck. That's for sure.
Man. Well, what did Ryan draft then?
Wait till you feast your eyes upon this.
Oh, man. This is
a masterpiece.
Immediately when I drafted it, I put my cards together and still didn't know what I was doing.
So 6-man pod to preface.
6-man pod. I was flip-flopping all over the place. I first picked in a braid. I second picked the 1-2 rare that you can tap 3 things and eventually gets flying and vigilance and is insane.
Oh, that's a good one.
That was a pass to me, pack 1.
Okay.
And then so I was like, okay, white should be fairly open, and I'm having a braid.
Yeah.
Then white just completely shuts down.
Ooh.
Nothing. Adaptive gym guards came, but I don't care about those.
That card's not actually good. Yeah.
Right.
I'm way past.
I saw 0 Tinker's Totes today.
I
in
didn't
the
see a
draft.
single one.
I saw 0 Wardens, the 1-2, the Iron Paw.
Yep.
That puts a counter. Saw 0 of those.
Oh, yeah.
And I saw maybe 1 of the 3-2 flyers that makes a 1-1. And so it's I'm not gonna how can I be in white without those cards? Right?
Yep.
Yeah, it's tough.
And so I was kind of flip-flopping all over the place. Pack 2, Andrew passes me -5/-5 murder, and then Magmatic Galleon, the vehicle that does 5.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's super wrong. You probably should have splashed that.
I thought about it. It's double red, though. It's tough.
Yeah.
Is it double red?
Yeah, it's double red, yeah.
That card's a bomb, though. Yeah.
And I was kind of like mono red pack one, kind of like just branching out.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, well, if I'm getting past a murder from Andrew, who has literally never done that in his life, and then a galleon from Andrew,
Yeah.
who is also, that's like 2 removal spells in a row, which
Yeah.
I've never, like, I've been drafting with Andrew for like 3 years now. That's never happened.
It's a tale as old as time in this set, Ryan. This set is not about removal. It's actually about those 3/1 creatures that crap out of 1/1.
That's what I thought at first.
It's removal.
It's-
Because
yeah.
bombs are good. So removal's good, right?
I think it's a very specific removal, though. That
Yeah,
has to
like-
be like
Like a rare and then a murder.
like a murder. A murder's it's like kind of a murder.
I mean, it's like kind of better because it kills gods, but yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of worse, honestly, in this set.
You
I
think so?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Saw Blades is better.
Because
Saw Blades is better, right? Like
Oh,
it doesn't
but
like
Saw Blades
add to the
costs
board,
2.
but it like adds to the board too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's what
Saw
I
Blades
think
is good.
important.
Saw Blades
Yeah.
is really good.
Okay.
But yeah, so then I was like getting that, but I kept seeing these like uncommon dinos late,
Yes.
and I didn't take them. And then pack 3, I was like, I guess I'm going dinos. Excuse me. Pack 3, I was like, I guess I'm going dinos now.
Mm.
So I started off with red green, and I ended up splashing black after losing to Roby.
Yeah.
Uh,
Do you think that was right? Was it?
yeah, like that's initially what my plan was, but when I saw my black cards, none of them were like that amazing.
Yeah.
Like they're fine, right? Like the black cards I had were like Ray of Ruin, which is exile something, the double pipped murder, which is like what my best black card by far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then mill 2, get 2 creatures.
That card's good.
It's good.
Yeah, it's
If
like
you know you're gonna go mid range.
it's like
Yeah.
fine, but like it's not that much better than card I was playing over, which is like look at the top 4, get a creature and a land.
No, it's a lot better than that. I think.
I don't think it's that much better. Like I don't think it's
I think
worth
it's
splash.
substantially better.
Like if that was my only black card, I would never splash it.
Yeah.
No, yeah, no.
And then I had Akawali, the black green signpost,
Which is just okay. Right?
but no way to descend. Like I was just not descending at all.
the mill thing does that.
I mean, it kind of takes 2 out.
doesn't.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Like it kind of like makes it worse.
That's the thing too. You were loaded up with spells, so you're not really
Yeah.
getting
Right.
to
Yeah.
send.
Like none of my,
Yeah.
I had a bunch of removal, like what I consider to be a bunch. I think I had like 7 pieces, but like none of them were like permanent, like artifact based. Like I had 1 torch.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, the deck was fine. I had 2 Abrades. I had some other very mid 2 drops. I got a Capybara that was a 4/3 one time the entire night. I played
Yeah.
it every game. And then just a bunch of just random stuff. But like none of my stuff was like bad by itself.
Mm-hmm.
But none of it meshed well together. Like it was just a pile of good stuff.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's where you want to be.
yeah, that's not a thing. in this
Unless
one.
you have more premium rares than I have.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you could do it with just premium rares.
But I
Go for
only
it.
had like 1 premium rare and 1 like kind of bad rare that bodied Andrew. But that's the only time I drew it all night, so it worked.
It was a good rare.
It's the green mythic that costs 8 that really doesn't cost 8,
Yes.
and it doubles stuff's power. And then if your stuff dies, it's not a token, it makes a token that's like power and toughness equal to the power of your stuff that died.
Mm-hmm.
And so against Andrew, that made like a 12/12 and a 6/6, and that was enough.
It was. It was enough. Yeah.
But yeah,
I was not convinced on that card. But yeah.
It bothered
it's
me.
It
fine.
seems good. It
It
seems
did.
okay now. Like
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
like explain it kind of.
It's not like one of those cards that you're going to see and you're going to be like, oh, I lose.
Mhm.
But like if the game prolongs at all after you play it, it's
Yeah.
going to win you the game. It's like equivalent to like the land that discovers every time you play, or the land that lets you cast creatures from your graveyard or something like that. It's just a constant advantage where they have to kill your stuff twice
Yeah.
and they just can't do that. And your stuff gets bigger after they kill it the first time.
Oh yeah.
So it snowballs that advantage really well, but you have to be able to like spend a turn doing nothing.
Yeah.
But if you have a 6/6, it only costs 2, so it's like kind of good in that situation. 6/6 trample that is a 12/6 trample is pretty good.
Yeah.
The one thing I did learn is like you can splash with red easily.
Yeah. Treasures.
Treasures are
Treasures.
just good.
Treasures. Plundering Pirate's like one of the best red comments in my opinion.
The
Yeah.
galleon makes treasures.
Galleon too.
The
Mine
poison
card's
dart frog
kinda
is probably the
fast.
best
Yeah.
green card.
It is the best green
Oh,
card,
yeah.
Best green common, I should say.
For sure.
Best green
for sure.
common. But yeah, you can just, and the mine card is like fine.
I haven't been sold on it.
It's
The
not-
mine card's pretty decent. It
It's
just-
not great. You're happy if it trades and you make a treasure,
Yeah.
right? Like that.
Yeah.
You're excited about that. If it does anything more than that, it's really good.
Oh yeah. If it doesn't trade and gets a couple times in, whoo, it's good. Yeah, it's very, very good.
Especially in these decks with all these fatties that people are playing, right? I didn't have quite as many. I only had like 4 or 5 to 6 drops. But
Jeez.
that's not the style you want to be if you're making a ton of treasure. But I wasn't making a ton. I was just 1 or 2 here and there.
Yeah.
Like 1 or 2 every game, which was plenty for the splash. I splashed, like I had double pips in all 3 of my colors. So
How many swamps
man.
did you play, Ryan?
4?
You
3.
went,
No,
yeah,
3.
3.
3 swamps.
It's like, can I go down to 2? I was like, probably not.
3
Ryan.
swamps and never an issue. Very lucky. Very
That
lucky
is-
draws.
That is good, yeah.
Yeah. But all my black cards are like late cards, so I didn't have to play them early. So it wasn't make or break if I didn't have swamps early. Like I only splashed 4 cards. But yeah, it was fun. Roby got me. So how was your deck, Roby?
I also kind of had a dumpster fire. I think my dumpster fire was a little bit more controlled. Like I did my dumpster fire like intentionally, right? Like so I like started off first picking the Unstable Glyph Bridge, which is like the 5 mana rare white artifact that is basically a board wipe.
I love that card.
It is sick. It is very
It's
sick.
so good.
So it destroys all creatures except you choose 1 creature for each player with power 2 or less that they get to keep. So yeah, it was pretty good. I just had a stacker removal.
The backside of that card is
Yeah, the backside is like literally unbeatable.
It was pretty nuts.
I mean, you can kill it easy.
You could kill it super easy. It's like Dice to a Braid, right?
Yeah.
But like it says whenever opponent, it's a 5/3 flyer. Whenever opponent casts a spell during their turn, they can't attack you or planeswalkers you control this turn. Each opponent who attacked you or a planeswalker you control can't cast spells this turn.
Yeah, sick.
Yep, it's super good. So they can't just like abrade it and then attack into you.
They can do that.
No, they can't. Because
that's
no,
gone.
no, it doesn't.
That thing's no longer on the battlefield with
But it doesn't matter because it says whenever an opponent casts a spell during their turn, they can't attack you or planeswalkers you control this turn.
even when that.
Even when it dies.
Fine.
Even when it dies. Yep. Yep.
I mean, they could braid it on your turn, but yeah.
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 Yep. They can do that. Yep.
Mhm.
Yep. But I had that and then I had 2 of the cave board wipes. So
How many caves?
Yeah, how many caves?
So going into pack 3, I saw my second cave board wipe, and I'm like, oh, I literally have 3 caves. And going into pack 3, I literally only had 3 caves. And then going into the last 5 picks, I still only had 3 caves. And I just got super lucky in those last 5 picks. And I picked up 4 more caves. So I had 7
Oh,
caves.
wow.
So I got
God.
7 caves.
Oh my gosh.
Hard carried. Hard carried. They were all in my colors.
Oh wow.
So like I got super lucky with that. I also had the leech. So I had like a very small cave sub theme. And probably what was funny about my deck is I have my cards separated into 3 separate categories. Like I had 10 creatures, 8 removal spells, and the rest are basically just absolutely do nothing nonsense trash cards. So I have probably the worst card on my deck, Hit the Motherload,
Yeah.
which I
man.
played. I won games with it. Yeah, like it was fine. It's pretty bad, but it's super bad.
It's gotta be bad, right?
Did you ever?
It makes
How many times did you resolve it?
3.
3.
Wow.
Did you ever use the treasures after you resolved it?
No, because they come into play tapped.
No, like later.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I have tons of weird, bad mana sinks. Like, one of the things that I did too was I definitely won a game off of hitting I played I forget what it was. I hit like some random card and I made 6 treasures. I had a dowsing device in play.
Oh.
Oh my
So I made
gosh.
something like super big and I ended up winning.
Oh
Did
man.
dowsing device win you over today?
Yeah, I'm a believer. Because
Tell
it
us
gives
what
it-
it does because it's a weird card that people. play.
Okay, so like whenever it enters the battlefield or another artifact enters the battlefield under your control, up to 1 target creature you control gets +1/+0 and gains haste until end of turn. If you have 4, then you transform it, and then it basically is a land.
That gives
That gives like
+X+O in haste where X is artifacts.
yep,
For 3.
for 3. But like, so the curve that makes it so good is dowsing device on 2 and the plundering pirate is disgusting.
Yeah.
That's like such a disgusting curve. I did against Andrew. I just still lost that game.
Into
Where-
Dynaton.
No,
On
I did
four.
it into the flyer, the 3/2 flyer that makes a gnome.
Oh,
and that
yeah.
was crazy too. Yeah.
Still got it.
Yeah, Dowsing Device is sick. I played 2 Buried Treasures because I'm bad at Magic and it's my favorite card. And I'm a casual at the end of the day. At the end of the day, I'm just a filthy casual that likes to spin my wheels and top deck. And that's what gets me going. So
Why put good cards in your deck when you could use bad cards to find good cards?
good cards.
What if that bad card was just a good card all along?
I will say, like, there is an art to playing Buried Treasure. Like, you don't want it in every deck. You don't want it in every deck.
Right.
You probably don't want it in any decks, but like,
I honestly wouldn't mind it in a green red,
Splash.
like a green red dino deck.
that's probably like the worst place for it, I think.
No, because it's 2, right? Because you're trying to hit the 4-drop, the 4/3 explore guy. And so if you can get the buried treasure on 2, right? It costs 2.
Yeah.
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 And then you get the dino on 3, and then you just don't care because then you're just like, I got big dino, and then you're gonna get to 5 eventually because it's in
Yeah.
your graveyard, so it's a
It's-
little bit more value.
Yeah, it's a lot of value, Loki. Like, just like
Yeah.
hitting it, like, it helps you curve more aggressively into like big stuff, which
Yeah.
is kind of nice. And then gives you a little treat in the late game.
Yeah, it was kind of cool. I didn't even know it had that text on it.
Oh,
Honestly.
really? That's like why I play it, right? Like,
It was honestly when you did it, I was like, oh, I get it. Buried treasure.
Yeah.
That's what, I was like, oh,
yeah,
it's
that's why I
flavorful.
love it.
Like,
That's why I love it.
it's super flavorful in itself. I was like, oh, that's kind of neat.
One card, like, I'll play till the day I die, even though it's probably not even good, is the Curator of Sun's Creation, the 4-mana double explore guy. Kind of sick.
Double discover, right?
Double discover.
Double discover, yeah.
Double discover. Double discovered 10-1 game. It should make the. I don't know if it actually does. I didn't ask the judge. But
No way it does. No
No,
way.
it
should.
does. It's
It
limited to
should.
that
It
first one.
should. It should. I should get 20 treasure
Oh my
tokens.
gosh.
Yeah. Yeah, my deck was fun. It was fun. Yep.
Bodied me, so.
Yep. So, Andrew, tell us about your deck.
I had a spicer this week. I played statistically the best color combination.
Yeah, real spicy.
Yeah, real spicy. I was the white-blue artifacts. And so in this draft, I decided to pick all double-face cards for my first picks, for my first 5 picks.
Yeah.
I made it very apparent that I'm in this lane. You're going to have to fight me for this if you're going to do this differently. And I made a big stink about like, hey, look at all these face-up cards I got. I'm basically drafting face-up to the point where other people were flipping their cards over because they thought they had the draft face-up as well.
Yeah.
Newer player.
It was
Yeah.
fun. It was fun. We had a good time.
Yeah.
We had a good time. And yeah, I went into it. I got the Masters Guild mural. That's the one. It is the signpost uncommon, the white, blue, and 3. And you get to make a 4/4 white and blue golem token. Sorry, and it crafts with the artifacts, and then it flips over to the
Foundry.
the foundry. And so basically, whenever you play a artifact, it'll untap it. You get to tap it, make a 4/4, and so on. And it's very good. You know, once you get it flipped over, it's a good late game kind of ender. But
I feel like it would be a terrible pack for me to first pick that card.
Yeah.
it was not a very good
I
pack.
think so.
It was a very bad pack. And I said, I'm probably gonna need something like decent-ish.
It's okay, though.
Yeah.
Like, have
It's
you ever
fine,
flipped it?
but
It's really crazy. When you
I've never
flip
flipped it, but it's like fine, but like first picking like a mid Azorius card. I don't know.
it. That's the best color.
It is the best color
combination.
combination, but not because of that. It's because it has
It's
great
good
flyers.
in that color.
It's good in that color combination,
yeah,
though.
like it's not all just
Like I would
flyers.
rather have like a 2/2 fly, like a flyer.
If I had a 2/2 flyer that made a map token, I would have taken that over it. But
Yeah,
my
okay,
pack was
okay.
just like, it's
Yeah.
this or some really bad rare. I can't even remember what the rare was. And then I took inverted iceberg after that, and I took another inverted iceberg after that.
Those are bad, right?
No, they were
No,
good
they're
against
actually
me.
pretty
They're
solid.
good against like super dirtle decks. They kind of crush that.
I just kind of
Yeah.
want to say, if you call yourself an aggro deck and you're playing inverted icebergs, that's like a slap in the face. to aggro decks.
No. Because, well, you
Like
know, it's-
imagine spending
That's
2
not
mana
like-
and
no,
drawing
no.
a card.
no, the best thing to do with it is just put Zoetic Glyph on it on 3. So you do that on 2, Zoetic Glyph, done.
There's
Yeah.
way better things to put Zoetic Glyph on.
Oh, like the
Oaken
2 Oaken
Siren.
Sirens that I have?
Yeah.
It was a very good candidate.
Zoetic Glyph is fire.
Yeah, Zoetic Glyph was just so good.
Is demonic.
Yeah. And so I got that.
That card is stupid.
Yeah, I ended up getting that. I got the Oaken Siren. So I was really going hard into this, like, and I didn't make any secret about it. I mean, I was like, this is what I'm doing. If you just look over, you know exactly what's happening. And so I ended up getting some really good things. The Staunch Crewmate was actually kind of big in my deck. I think I whiffed one time over the course of the night, having played it a few times. Actually, one of the things it was really kind of cool is like on the Zoetic Glyph when it went to the graveyard, discover 3 into the Staunch Crewmate into drawing another card.
Yeah,
It was super sick. And then I had 2 brackish blunders. Very good. Just bounce, get a map token. Very strong. I think that it's what tempo deck is what the Azorius deck really is.
Yeah.
And so in that kind of respect too, I also put 2 Waylane Pirates. They're the ones that they come in and they stun something.
Yep.
When you control an artifact. Very strong, especially if you're just trying to get that early damage in. Some of the weaknesses of my deck, I didn't get too many of the 1/1 flyers, and I really wish I'd have gotten maybe 1 or 2 more. I ended up getting just 1 Miner's Guildwing. That's the 1/1 flying vigilance, and when it dies, you get to another creature you control explores.
Yep.
And
that deck wants as many of those.
Yeah.
As you can get.
I actually went so far in pack 3. I first picked a Cogwork Wrestler.
That's like actually
pack.
correct though.
Yeah,
Like that card's like obscenely high opening your hand.
It's a very strong card, and I knew I was kind of light. During the review period, in between packs, I looked at my deck. I was like, wow, I'm really lacking in 1-drops. And I saw there were some other decent-y blue-white cards in the pack, but Cogwork was like, I need that to like literally be a cog in the machine here. And so he did really well in that respect. Some of the other things, I was kind of impressed by the inverted iceberg. For some reason, I was able to get a little bit deeper into especially I think I had at one point, I had a Pirate's Hat in here. And so I was able to churn through my deck like pretty well. And so I was getting my 6-drops pretty decently, but it's nice with Oaken Siren because on 5 you can flip the iceberg with Oaken Siren.
Yeah, that's true. Oaken Siren's just
and then
so good.
Oh yeah, and then the backside of this card is just like really ridiculous. A 6/6 that taps something when it attacks.
Yeah,
is just like you're not winning combats after that, or you're not winning the race. And so yeah, it was a pretty decent deck. I kind of enjoyed it. Yeah, not a lot of bad things I could say about it. I mean, it really does the plan very well, and you just get if you can get some Waterwind Scouts, that's a 2/2 flyer that makes a map token. You can get a couple of those. This deck just comes together, and this deck had like 0 rares in it, and it felt like the power level was actually pretty high. I felt like even when I was playing it.
Blue Eye has a lot of strong cards for sure.
Mm-hmm. And so I think somebody was asking how many rares I had in my deck today, and they were like, the kid.
Probably 4.
Probably 4.
I said that.
And it was actually just 0 rares. Like I just definitely saw that this deck has been putting up results. Like if you look at some 7/0 decks or 7-something decks, they may have like 1 or 2 rares, but I mean, realistically, like these cards are just on the power level that they are. The blue commons, the blue uncommons, like Zoetic Glyph might as well just be a rare.
Yep.
How good it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's stupid.
Flyers are like a legit problem in this format.
Yeah, the 1/1s
impossible to deal with.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I stayed in I read it, stayed in the lane. As always, just it was kind of nice just having the double face just to like bluff that out and just be like, what? I got like 5 cards that are face up here. Like public information, people. You could stop me if you want, or you could try to build your deck even better.
Yep.
Yeah. So there we go. It was good. I went 2-0 or 2-1. 2-1. I lost to you.
Yep.
Lost to some mulligans.
Sure did.
A little bit of mulliganing. A little bit of
To a superior deck.
Couple non-games, couple quick, 10-minute
Super
duo.
non-games.
Yeah. A couple non-games. Yeah, it felt like it. But yeah, no, the deck feels strong. I've actually been drafting this a little bit online as well, and I actually got my first 7 wins deck in like a long time. I actually started going back to Arena. The set looked really fun, and it was a total Andrew set. If you know me at all from some of these podcasts, I really like straightforward formats where it's just like not wildness from a list, not wildness from. I mean, I guess gone are those days because now lists are going to be permanent with the player packs, or with the play packs. But it's a nice one to send off.
Yeah,
but yeah,
that's why me and Ryan hate this set. I hate it, right? Like it's just not a good set to me.
I just generally don't like the cards or the sets where your decks become very reliant on 2 to 3 cards.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I don't draw them that often. I mean, I'm sure I draw them at a normal rate, but like
Sometimes the cards just aren't there. We were talking about it earlier about not having any Tinkerer's totes in this set or in our pool of cards.
Yeah.
You know, there were just some really key things that I didn't see. I didn't see any of the like 1/1 uncommon blue flyer at all. Like I know I'm not supposed to see it all the time, but
Yeah,
it would have been nice.
Six Mad Pod cuts out the uncommons, but like the missing commons are just always crazy to me. Like I'll go several drafts on Arena without ever seeing a braid, like ever.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
A braid's one of those for sure.
So yeah, actually, I picked it up this week, or picked up the Arena again, and I was kind of happy with it. It was a lot of fun, and just this set's just been it's been a gas. But I know some people have been putting up some big numbers on our Discord.
Yeah, well,
We should start with the honorable mention.
yeah, honorable mention.
Oh yeah, we got an
6
honorable mention.
Roby and I put our minds together, and we came up with a deck. And that deck got 6 wins on my, it was on my account, but Roby helped out.
He was piloting it. I was only stuck around for 3 games.
And we were like, it started off with Roby saying, all right, let's do this right. Let's just draft by opening hand win rate and let's like make a sick deck. Let's trophy.
Just only by opening hand win rate.
Only that.
Oh my
yeah,
gosh.
I do that all the time. Yeah.
But then Swashbuckler's whip rolled around. And we're like,
well,
Do we
there's
wanna-
a whip there.
do we want to do some science here or do we want to try hard?
Nobody's tried it enough for there to be reliable data
Right.
on this.
Yeah.
I don't trust the data on this, right?
I'm sure games when played just went up by like 50%. When you guys
For
played
sure.
this on.
Oh, for sure.
And if there was ever a deck to do it, I had already had the base for it. So I had 2 Poison Dart Frogs, 3 Oaken Sirens, and a Glimpse the Core, which is also ramp.
Ooh, nice.
And the whip it's like a 1-mana equipment. You equip for 1. Equip creature has reach. You can pay 2 to tap something.
Okay.
Or you can pay 8 to discover 10.
That's a discount of 2 mana.
How many
Yes.
10 drops did you have in your deck?
0.
Obviously.
How many 9
Zero.
drops did you have in your deck?
I did
See where I'm
have
going here.
7 cards that cost 4 or more.
Yeah. So
Okay.
that's good. Yeah.
That's nice.
And then a bunch of cards that cost 2 to ramp to the 7 cards. And a couple 3 drops. But the deck was just insanely fun to play. The only thing I lost to is just like pirate aggro and white blue aggro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which of course
There's
Right.
like nothing you can do.
Roby watched me play 3 games, I think. I think he saw me flip a clay fired bricks
On
on
5.
Oh my
I think it was on
gosh.
4.
Oh, on 4?
On
Actually,
4?
yeah, it was 4 because you glimpsed first. Yeah.
Yeah, I glimpsed
Yeah.
and then I played a ramp spell and an Oaken Siren
Oh my goodness.
and then bricks.
Yeah.
flip.
Breaks and then flipped it. Yeah.
Maybe it was 5. Maybe
It
it
had
was
to be
I think it
5.
was 4.
It was 5.
Because he glimpsed into it.
Even on 5 or 4,
Is-
that's impressive.
It was
Absurd.
Like, that's so good.
yeah,
It was so dumb.
insane.
Man.
The amount of ramp and like I was also really impressed by Oaken Siren. That's like how Oaken Siren was low key designed to be played
With the whip.
with whip low key because you could like swing in and then tap their stuff down
For
too.
1, because
For
Oaken
1,
Siren.
yeah, because
Yeah.
it does it too. Yeah, it's so
Well,
good.
no, it's still 2 because you can't pay the
You
Oaken
can't
Siren's
pay it.
mana.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
You have to choose one or the other.
But still.
Oaken Siren just been impressive. This like whole drafting as we've kind of progressed forward. I didn't expect that guy to be the powerhouse it is.
I got in a fight on our Discord over Oaken Siren where someone was just like, "Oh yeah, it's you just ping him for 1 every turn," and that's like the boomer mentality of playing Oaken Siren. But it's like so much better than that too,
Yeah.
and that's what I think people are kind of like. The opening hand win rate of it is absurd. Second highest opening hand win rate common,
Yeah.
and white blue and red blue.
My favorite thing is Oaken Siren and just like having that just keep all your mana tapped, just have Oaken Siren there. And like, what could they do for an artifact? They're just like cog work.
Yeah.
Cogwork.
Yeah, it's like that
Cogwork's
guy
the
just
one that-
comes sneaking in there, man.
Or when
Yeah.
you're like Oaken Siren and then turn 3 like Zoetic Glyph, take 5.
Oh, that is
And
just,
then they're just like, you have 3 turns to deal with this or you lose.
yeah, that's so.
And there's a possibility that if you do deal with it, it just something else comes down
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
is going to kill you.
Ouch.
Yep.
Or staunch crewmate, and
Staunch-
2 things are going to kill you.
That was pretty good.
Swashbuckler's whip though, you can activate it on your opponent's turn for the discover.
hmm
Sickest thing I did by far. They swung with a substantial amount of things. I discovered it. I tapped it to discover 10 into the black Swamp Cycler that added
Which
a
was just
6/5
in
to the
your
board
deck, right? Like,
and then gave something +2/+0 and indestructible and just blew out combat.
oh yeah, oh yeah.
They're like, oh, okay, I just lose.
I did love one of my favorite things about that deck was just the absolutely absurd, completely unnecessary black splash for fossilize.
Defossilize?
Defossilize, yeah.
You got the cyclers in there. I mean,
Yeah, we got all the swamp cyclers and
it's so
stuff. Yeah.
good.
I think it is kind of good. It's not amazing for sure.
I think it's just good value. Like
It is kind of
it
good.
ramps those cyclers kind of or not ramp you to it, but they get you to that.
I think you can play this set in a manner where color is irrelevant.
That's how I've been playing.
Yeah.
It
And
seems
I've been
like
playing
it.
like treasure maps or not treasure maps.
Buried treasure.
Buried treasure.
Yeah.
Captivating caves.
I think the cave deck is like the 5-color deck. I mean, just by the nature of it, because
It's just
captivating
but it's
cave,
so
yeah.
bad.
It slows it down. It slows itself down so much.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
that's a real detriment in a set that's really aggro based like this one is, to have things that come into play tapped or slow you down on a defensive scale too, for that matter, because you're down a mana when you do that.
You don't
is really
have
bad.
to do that though. Like you can play like the
untapped caves, the good caves.
the good caves, right? Like
Yeah.
the what's the promising
The
name?
filter
The
one.
vein. Captivating cave, which is the best cave
Yep.
easily. Yeah.
Yep.
You
agree
should be
with
playing
Joel
that
on
in
that one.
every single blue white deck you have.
I think
like you-
just deck.
Blue white, it's absurdly better because you're putting counters on flyers, and that's insane.
That's good.
So did you know when you were building that deck, you're just having fun, or were you like actually like, I think I can consciously beat like every mid range deck that I run into that's not aggro, like that doesn't have the best aggro start?
Every win was a genuine surprise. I was like, when I saw it all together,
Yeah.
at first I was like, this is going to be garbage. But then we were trying to make cuts and it was hard.
It
Wow.
was hard. It was hard because like it all kind of like
It was also good.
it was all so good.
We cut an extra whip. We had 2 whips.
Two
I think
I
that was a
think-
mistake. I think we should have cut a favor over whip.
Yeah. Cause whipping into whip is like the worst thing in the world.
Yeah, but like tapping stuff down to get you to late game is like fine.
Yeah.
but also like
kind
just
of, yeah.
drawing your whip, like just to draw it is good. And having another one in there gives you a chance to draw it.
Yeah, but we had like plenty of things to sink mana into, like clay
Yeah.
fired bricks, saw blades,
Yeah, saw blades are
lodestone
good.
needle that lets stuff explore, and then just all
That
the
card
good
is
stuff.
surprisingly good.
That card's insane. Actually.
Yeah, I was very surprised how good that card is.
It's absurd in blue white where you're able to like the exploring being super, super relevant. Yeah.
Yeah, very much so. I was really surprised.
Like this is a set too where you can kind of go big on like you gotta be a little careful, right?
Yeah.
Like you don't want to get blown out by removal, but I think black does it the best with the bat. The bat's insane.
The 2/4 Merfolk Cave Diver that becomes unblockable when it explores
Absurd. Yeah.
was so good in this deck too. It just shut down aggro decks. So
And then
nice.
it's like the most absurd combo ever with the Explorer, low lodestone needle or whatever. Yeah.
Yep, but the deck was really fun. If you get the ramp and a chance to try it, just try it. It's fun.
Yeah, just just jam everything. Like I think that's a fun thing to do in this format.
Yeah.
I think it just happens sometimes when you're in the middle of a draft and you just like have gone to one deck, it dries up, and then you're kind of in a situation like this where you're like, how do I pull it all together?
Yeah.
Like what cards can bring me back from it? It seems like Oaken Siren's one of the cards that could just like kind of pull it together, or any of the ramp cards that you had there, like the frog or something like that.
Frogs,
Like-
the gnomes pull it together too. The
So you
2/1.
just kind of like low key spec on you'll never get like a late frog, but I mean like just kind of spec early when you're in your
You'd be
speculation mode.
surprised. Lots of people like green is probably the weakest color in the set. So like it's possible to get late frogs, low key.
Roby, what's your ranking right now of the colors?
Blue is the highest, then white, then red. Red and black are pretty comparable, but
I think red's better than black.
red's better than black just because of
I think red's
upgrade.
better than white to me, but
But like the white removal is super real.
some of it's bad though.
It's pretty
Like
decent.
the pacifism's terrible.
Okay, that's not even. I've never considered that removal once ever.
I played that against
Like, that
Roby.
card
and he
is
was like,
trash.
yeah, he goes, I played it against him. He's like, trash. He
I
just
was like,
literally looked over. He's like, why are you
"Boo."
playing such bad cards?
I literally said that out loud.
Yes.
I was like, boo. That card, I've never considered that removal, but everything else is good.
Yeah.
Like the 2 mana, like
Deal 4.
Steel 4, the 3 mana exile tapped creature, insane.
Yeah.
That card's
All
very
those cards are
reasonable.
very good.
Very, very reasonable, that
Like
card.
white almost has the best removal in this set.
Probably.
Yeah, it's like cheaper and easier to get than black or red removal. So it's like, yeah,
The only thing is it's just conditional.
But, like,
'cause they
those
gotta be
conditions
tapped.
are
They got to be
usually-
attacking.
are usually arbitrary.
Yeah.
I would say like those conditions are met more often because the nature of the flying decks, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like
They're
people
they're
have to
attacking.
race you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're just like, no, you don't get a race.
Yeah.
Yep.
I will say the other thing about this deck, and it's like a sign that I'm kind of seeing on Arena some,
Mhm.
is the cyclers are kind of open,
Oh, yeah.
like, and they're fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can kind of like
Great to discover into in the whip.
with the whip. They're
The
sick
whips
with
are
the
free.
fossil.
First off, the whips are free.
yeah, you get as many whips as you want.
If they're open, you get it. You can take them. You
Yeah.
can just have them.
Whips are free. Whips are free and they're good with Oaken Siren. That's like the main
Yeah.
takeaway.
Yeah. And ramp.
And like it's okay to just not do the discover thing with them and just tap stuff. And that's probably still really good.
It's definitely fine. Like you can
It's
still
good with
swing
Oaken
your
Siren.
Oaken Siren.
Yeah. Like it's probably less good with other things, but it's specifically very strong with Oaken.
I feel like you get the 8 mana in this set more than any other set we've played.
You do when you have 3 Oaken Sirens and two frogs. Yeah.
Clay fired bricks. And
Clay
Glimpse the
Firebricks.
Clo- and Explore and
That deck was built to get to 8 mana.
yep.
This
And it
deck,
did.
yeah. It did every
lot.
game. Yeah. Yeah, it was real dumb. Those games were exciting.
Yeah,
Sure.
they were fun games. We pulled one off they got us to 1.
Oh,
And we
man.
flipped clay fired bricks for exact season.
Oh, my God.
I was like, easy. Their board was horrifying.
Like if they had just been slightly more aggressive, they would have beat us.
Oh, for sure. Like they were just 1 point off, genuinely.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Sometimes you just gotta stand there and be like, "Yeah, I'll go to 1. I don't care.
Yeah. You don't know what's
Either
gonna
you have it or
draw.
you don't." Right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. So are we gonna talk about some trophy decks?
I got a trophy deck this week that I'd like to talk about. My own trophy deck.
Basically exactly the same as your deck tonight.
It was, yeah. I was drawing inspiration from past good experiences there. Except this one was 15 lands
quite a bit more 1-drops.
and quite a bit more 1-drops. Yeah, I actually had the Spyglass Siren this time, and then I also played Relic Roar.
Yeah, it's good.
It was fine. It was
the
like
4/3 thing.
it's
good,
the
yeah.
4/3 thing, and I was happy with it. Cogwork Worker was just doing even more work.
It's really good with the Siren and like having like map tokens and stuff. Like
Yeah.
if you have map tokens, it's insane.
It's nice with that, and it's also even like inverted iceberg.
Yep.
Like it's just like turning your iceberg into something. Then you got the Zoetic Glyph to there.
Oaken Siren too, because you can attack into something. If they
Mhm.
don't block,
Yeah.
then you can just deal 1 and then keep it up on defense. Yeah.
With the amount of 1-drops I had in this deck, I was so happy to have those Glorifier of Suffering.
That's wrong.
No,
That's
it was
hard
so-
wrong.
It was so good.
I
Like,
don't
just-
think it. I've had horrible luck.
Really? Oh,
The
man.
data's terrible on it.
Is it?
Yeah.
Man, I thought it was like pretty decent when I played it. I was like really just getting in there, but he was all right.
I've been like shockingly down on it, kind of.
Oh, wow.
Is that Sanguine Evangelist? Is that the battle cry?
Hell yeah, it is.
That guy's sick.
That guy was
Yeah.
nutty good. Yeah, if you see that, just go for it every freaking time.
All right, weak spots. You ready?
Yeah, sure.
Pirate's Hat, River Herald Scout.
Pirate's Hat's actually good.
Pirate Hat's good in this deck
It's good in that deck
'Cause of
for
the-
sure.
'cause of
Yeah,
the Siren.
Actually, yeah.
because of the Siren, and you have the
You have
well,
one
actually both
siren.
Sirens. I have the Spyglass Siren and Oaken Siren.
That's true. Yeah.
And the like, it's good on any flyer, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Is it?
Yep.
Like
River
loot?
Herald.
Yep.
Yeah.
It
Like
actually
paying
is.
all that mana just to loot every turn is good.
Very
Yes.
good in these decks.
It is good.
Yeah.
I'm not convinced. I'll be a boomer on this one.
Okay.
I disagree.
Yeah, no, those things are pretty good.
It's
Smoothing
like
your draw is
its
almost
data
better
is
than
good.
yeah.
Actually, surprisingly.
Yeah, smoothing your draw is just so much better than honestly just drawing a bunch of cards. Like it's just like you don't need to have a bunch of cards when you just draw your best cards or pitch your bad cards and start drawing good ones. And you get to draw first too. It's not the inverted side.
I mean, I get it, but by the time you equip it to a dude and it connects,
Like one to equip to a
it's
pirate.
like 3 mana and you have to connect to loot. I guess you just have to attack.
You just have to
connect,
attack, yeah.
But
All right. Yeah, River Herald's a little sussy. I think that actually like just these 2 ones that do something are just good, but this one in particular is not as good.
I mean, I think it's good in some decks, just not in this deck.
Mm-hmm.
And then your Sunscribe, I think, is like kind of mediocre.
I just looked it up. Glorifier of Suffering is the lowest opening hand win rate white common.
That makes sense because it's just like it makes you sacrifice something to even do something.
It's also like the lowest improvement when drawn. too.
Man,
Yeah.
maybe I just got
Second
super
to
lucky with it
lowest,
then.
Yeah. It's got the exact same like
Oh, really?
is like the lowest one. It's like
Damn.
-2, 3.
I just got super lucky with it then. Or I was just having a
It's
bunch
probably
of things.
like best if you have a ton of flyers, maybe. If you're playing
Yeah.
other like mediocre, like I don't think inverted iceberg's that good. In the blue
Oh,
in the
man.
blue white like
Aggro
super
deck.
aggro
Yeah.
deck.
I
Yeah.
don't know. It's just like sometimes you need some junk around for the glyphs though. Like you
yeah,
need
but
some
like there's
sorta-
like better ways to do that. Like that like the 3 mana 2/2 flyer.
That
That-
leaves a map behind.
the map.
Oh yeah,
anything
if I
that-
could have that.
yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah.
Man, if I could have I mean, they're not all like water, they're not all water wind scouts though. I mean, sometimes
They're
you gotta
pretty
have-
free on Arena. People are not taking that card nearly as high as
I
they
wish
should.
I could have got
It's
more
like
of
first
those.
pickable.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
very strong. I would first pick it. I mean, it's one of the best commons in blue for sure, if not the best common in blue.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. No, it was pretty
I
nice.
think
I was
it's- yeah.
Let me
sailing
look
away.
up pirate hat.
Yeah, I was
real
sailing away, just like flying through the air, just 1, 2 dead. You know, I mean, it was just something else.
Yeah. I do think Inverted Iceberg has a home. I just don't think it's this.
I don't know where it would be. I mean, maybe in the Descend deck if you're trying to do like some black
I
blue
just,
shenanigans.
just like a blue control-y type deck. Like
Mhm.
this is just so aggressive that if you spend your whole turn to craft it,
Yeah.
that's 7 mana for 6/6, and then if they kill that, you just lose the game. Like you should just lose the game. If they, like,
Yeah.
Pirate has a 54.8.
yeah, it's bad.
It's like right in the middle. It's like playable, I think. And it's better if you have a bunch of flyers. A bunch of 1-drops, right? Like you're like your curve is so low, you just want to pitch your lands that you draw or whatever.
I understand the appeal. I just don't think the mana investment is worth it when you can
like 3
pay the
mana.
same amount of mana to like draw 3 cards and discard 1, or
It's always
draw 2
favor.
cards,
Mhm.
or yeah, just like I
don't
mean,
know. It's just like repeatable advantage.
like I would
It's okay.
play 7 Oaken Sirens before I put my first pirate hat.
So what else did we? What other good 7?
Oh, are we gonna rate it on the scale?
Oh, yeah,
aggro scale.
All right,
What are we rating out of 9,000? Is that what we're rating out of?
aggro out
Is
of
that what we always
9,000.
did?
I'm in.
Well, I'm the aggro guy.
All right,
Aggro out of 9,000. I give this a 6,000.
6,000 with that
It's
amount
got-
of 1-drops.
You just got like cards that are not aggro cards.
Brian gives everything like a 6,000.
Well, yeah.
All right, all right, all right.
All right.
Style points.
Style points, cute scale. Not very cute. Not very cute. I'm sorry. It's like a 2,000 on the cute
The
scale.
mid-range scale, not very mid-range.
Oh, this
Unfortunately.
mid-range.
It's mid-range
It's
as
mid-range.
fuck. It's super good.
It is
Mid-range. Yeah.
mid-range.
It's like really good at like a mid-range. I think it's more
Yeah.
mid-rangey than
Actually, I won a lot of the
Aggro.
games just like flooding the board
you
and
can
then
go
just
fairly
letting the
long for
and
sure.
letting the battle cry, the
Yeah.
Sanguine Evangelist, just take over games.
Yeah.
Some of my favorite plays were actually just, I think I was able to bounce it back with the, I mischievous pupped it back. I attacked with it and I pupped it. And they were like,
Nice.
oh no, because they were like, I'm going to get a block on that thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
this fool just, it was like, nope, puppet. And then I played it again. It was just game.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy was.
My one tip for this deck is I think this deck really wants Captivating Caves. Like the land you can sack to put 2 counters on something.
Oh, yeah.
That's like extra good in blue-white.
I don't mind it on the flyers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes you
Super
just need
good.
some way to punch through too. Eventually,
Yeah.
the game state, if they can stave off the initial rush and stave off some flying, then you really got to start getting
It's like
plans to go to the
extra,
mid-game.
extra good when you have life linking flyers, like the Ruin Bat.
Oh,
like
yeah,
it's
that thing's
extra
really
insane
good.
in
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
And also those 1/2s that put counters on stuff would have been so good in your 2s.
Yeah,
Mhm.
genuinely. Like
Yeah, it
you
would've
want
been-
those over the 3-drop
Yeah,
sack thing.
exactly. Yeah, definitely. So you can see these decks at our Discord.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep. in our trophy deck chat.
Yeah,
we have a
you
trophy
should
deck.
join our Discord.
Yeah,
and
post up the
subscribe,
trophy decks.
and yeah, post your trophy decks and we'll talk about them.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, we have a 7-in-1 Descend deck.
Ooh, that's a
Black, red, basically mono black splashing red green.
ooh. It's always a treat when you can get a monocolored deck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got 3 red cards and 2 green cards. The 2 green cards are the Akawali, the signpost.
Oh, yeah.
2 of the 3 red cards are the red black signposts. So you had 4 of the signposts,
That's cool.
and then you had that 2/2 that whenever it attacks, you get to like loot and get counters and trample and stuff.
Ooh, very good.
That was his other red card, but everything else was black. He had a bunch of the Death Cap marionettes that like mill that are 1/1 death touchers.
Ooh, very strong.
Yeah, this deck's silly,
Yeah, he had 3 another chances.
which is like
What?
way too many.
Mill 2 get some
Genuinely
creatures back.
too many.
Are we back in DMU?
This is adorable.
Another chance. Oh my goodness.
He had
He
a,
does just have a bunch of bombs. Low-key.
Yeah.
like it is just a stack of bombs, but it is really cute. I do like it.
the 2 fanatical. He doesn't even have like.
He doesn't even really have good things
permanents.
to get back, really.
With another chance?
Oh, he has really good things to get back, I think.
I think so. That's stinging.
I would have liked to see this curve way higher.
With all those death
Like-
touch guys, how annoying is this deck to play against with,
Oh.
especially with
Super
that
annoying.
amount of other chances? I'm guessing these games like went so friggin' long. Like, you're just like gonna basically age
Like
out
this
your
is
opponent,
low
right?
key a mill deck.
Well, this is
Right.
he's
Like,
using
that's a
his
thing.
graveyard as his hand.
Yeah,
Yep.
That's his hand.
that's cool.
Yeah, which is sick. Like 3 another chances, like you're saying, is not necessary. I think it is absolutely
With that
like,
amount
good.
of millers,
I think
self
it's good.
millers,
Yeah, it's a lot of self mill.
Yeah.
I would have liked to see like low key. People don't do this, but like these decks can play more than 40 cards low key.
You don't need to.
You kind of do when like look at how much self mill he has.
Yeah, but he's getting them back. It's fine. Like he's gonna win before he mills himself. That's a
Is
good
he?
deck.
Like weren't we just
He
saying
did.
how long this can go?
7-in-1.
Yeah, it's good. It's
He
good,
did.
right? But like you can definitely go. I think like the optimal way is to run like 44 cards in
Never. Never
Low-key.
optimal.
that. Low
If
key.
you have graveyard, if you can interact with
Yeah.
your graveyard and you can't win with 40 cards, you're not gonna trophy.
I do the 41 cards.
41.
I gotta
41's
have
like,
that one extra.
yeah, I
little
do
bit.
that every time.
Like the only time to me it's correct to run more than 40 is if your opponent is milling you.
Oh yeah, of course.
That's the only time.
No.
Yeah.
No, there's like ways to like go like if you're like super long decks. I've played many 40
I mean, I'm sure there's
45
fringe
plus
cases,
cards.
right? Like
Yeah.
there's absolutes, but
like this deck is better at doing that than most decks, right?
I mean, not really. Like it's only milling, and a lot of the mill's optional. First off,
Yeah, that is true.
and so it's
You know,
not force milling that
It's
much.
not like hardcore you should 100%. You definitely can. And it's like you can put more answers in your deck, more like situational, kind of like almost toolboxy kind of decks. And that's like really kind of strong, low key.
That's generally true in formats where you have toolbox, like you have cards that can get multitudes of different types of cards out of your graveyard. But his cards can only get creatures out of his graveyard.
Yeah, but like you can run more situational kind of creatures.
I don't know. I think like with cards that are this strong and this good, to dilute that would make the deck worse.
Yeah, the deck's
Yeah.
good.
But
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, we're just going to disagree on it, which
yeah,
is
we're
fine.
gonna endlessly never
Yeah.
agree on that.
Yeah. I just really like this deck. It's kind of inventive. It's a little bit of fun.
Yeah.
I like that. I mean, you got some bomb rares in here though too. I mean, you got the 3-fold Thunder Hulk in here. That card is just takes over a game when you play it.
Yeah, that card's
That's
insane.
really
Yeah.
dumb.
Yeah. I mean,
You can play it potentially 3 times too, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So aggro scale.
3,000. It
It's,
could
I
run
think it's
hot.
more.
It could run
it's
hot.
kind of aggro.
It could run. It could run.
It can
it
run.
can run
for
hot,
sure,
right?
yeah.
Like it can definitely run hot.
Yeah, it's pretty cute. It's like a 6.5 thousand.
It's like one of those fake aggro decks that like put you on the back foot and then
Yeah.
you just try to stabilize. And after you stabilize, he like also has better stuff to do
Yeah.
in the late game
Yeah,
than
they
you.
just go over the top. It's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, let me refuel the car for a second.
Yeah.
and then you're back on the road.
Once you stabilize and like kind
Yeah.
of whittle down his board, he board wipes you.
That's why the mid-range. That's why the mid-range scale on this one's like a little wonky because he has that dip in the middle of this deck.
Oh, this is mega mid range.
This is mega late game actually because you're trying to be grindy at this point.
Yeah.
Like once you get that first wave of aggro, then he's trying to grind you out at the very end.
He's like, oh, you killed 2 of my 5 death touchers? Well, I'll just get them back.
Yeah, exactly.
5 death touchers. No, he has 7 death touchers.
Can you imagine being a green deck facing this thing and you're just like, I'll play a death toucher. Oh, okay, whatever. Get it. I'll play another death toucher.
7 death touchers.
And then you're just like, okay, fine. I'll get rid of that one. Another chance. Get my 2 death touchers back.
Yeah.
And it's just like, holy crap.
Oh, yeah, because you just swing into the death touchers all the time on the sack stuff. And he's like, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Like, please, replay him. Yeah.
Like that's,
I've never seen a deck with 7 death touchers in my life in draft.
it seems pretty good.
That's
Man.
absurd.
Okay,
I mean, obviously
so
it was 7 wins, so it was pretty good.
next up, let's talk about this 7-0 mono white top 250 deck. I guess we could say that now from our boy Joel.
Yep, that was on last time.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
So he got the 250 with his deck.
I don't know.
It was a self-fulfilling
Yeah,
prophecy.
I'm sure he did. I'm sure he did.
I have no
Like it.
doubts.
This is just
Absolutely
so cool that you
zero
can do
doubts.
mono in this set. I mean, holy cow.
This deck just the most disgusting, absolute travesty, crimes against humanity mono white deck.
Yeah,
But it's also kind of cute too because it's like a monocolored deck.
yeah,
You just happen to get all the good white rares
and commons.
and commons
commons.
too. Like it's real tight. It's a real
Yeah.
tight 40 for sure. Yeah, he definitely just has all the stuff. And
4
like,
Tinker's Totes.
4.
We said we saw
4.
0 today.
yeah.
He had 4.
4 of them.
4 of them, which is
2
absurd.
Swords to Plowshares. That's Rose Reliquaries.
Yeah, which is so good
Yeah.
with Tinker's Toad,
Yeah.
right? Like all the removal, like a Cosm, like the blast, a board wipe, even.
2 of the uncommon guys that give your whole board +2/+1
Yeah,
with 4 Tinker's Totes.
4 Tinker's Toads, right?
Yeah.
And then what's the 1 4-mana one? Thousand Moon Smithy, which is with 4 Tinker's Toads.
Yeah.
Right? Like
insane.
It's gonna
so
flip.
stupid.
Man, when that thing flips, it's insane.
Even
Yeah.
even like
Yeah.
without flipping, like
Well, the
that
golem
token
token, yeah.
is going to be so unbelievably strong in this deck. It's
Oh,
not
yeah.
even funny.
Yep.
Yeah, it's absurd. Yeah.
I'm sure this deck made Mischievous Pup look good.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Just bouncing your Tinker's Toads. Yeah.
Or your Thousand Moon
Moon
Smithy,
Smithy,
or
yeah.
your
Moon
War
Smithy.
Scribe, or your Board Wipe,
Cliff
like,
Bridge. Yeah. It's so dumb.
or your Reliquary, like
Yeah. So stupid.
whatever you want.
How do you rate this on the aggro scale?
This seems like fairly kind of aggressive, really. Like it just tops out and then
It doesn't have
anthems.
nearly as many like kind of like early game plays as much as like Andrew's deck did.
Yeah, that's true.
Mhm.
That's true. But I love the whole anthems. Anthems give bonus aggro points. That's number 1.
Yeah, anthems do definitely.
They give bonus aggro points.
Oh, man.
I'd probably give it like a 4,500. It's about half.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
It's real cute. It's very cute for sure. Like it's doing a lot of cute stuff. It's mono colored,
Right.
right? And like the 2-color format, it's adorable. It's probably probably 7,000. I love it. kinda.
Yeah.
This is like a 8,500 on the mid-range scale. I mean, this is like
super mid.
we're almost to the end of the scale on this one. I mean, it is just so mid-range. I look at this, I'm just smiling when I see this thing.
Yep.
And then I see, oh man, there's so many just good cards to like really grind it out to that mid game and just where you really take over in that phase.
Yeah.
Man, really liking this deck. It was a sweet one.
All
Yeah.
right.
Kudos to that. Just like to
Yeah,
you
that's
thinking
tight.
to you thinking about that like midway through your draft, and you're just like, I think I'm just not gonna play any other colors. You know, like everything's working out on its own right now, and just being like, I'm gonna consciously just go straight up mono.
All right. Yeah. Like, okay. So next up, we have our boy Felber, who had a 7-1. Let me double check. 7-2.
Yep.
Yep. Red, white, aggro.
4 Goblin Tomb Raiders.
So unbelievably stupid. So dumb. Genuinely.
Yep.
That's so stupid. And then Sunfire Torch, which is also pretty good. And then What is the other big highlight? This is
3
controversial.
Sunshot Militias.
This is controversial. 3 Sunshot Militias. This was kind of earlier in the format. We didn't get a chance to get to it. But yeah, like, I don't know that still work no more.
I mean, looking at his deck, though, there's not
kinda-
really bad stuff.
The Sunshot Militia.
Yeah, I
Kind
mean,
of bad stuff.
but like he's got so much stuff laying around. Like he has
Yeah.
like equipment, clay-fired bricks,
That's true.
the
Like,
lattice,
tote.
2
Sunshine-
Idol of the Deep Kings, which like those are mid, but laying around
Idol
when
of
they
the-
do bonus stuff, they're
I
fine.
know the Deep King.
2 damage.
I've gone up on it.
Have you?
Yeah, it's really good with flyers. Like if you can ever like jam a 2-0 equipment onto a flyer, that's
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've been playing a lot of like dirtily decks that have like the 1/1 death touchers. I mean the 1/1 life linkers, and it's real good in there.
Yep. But yeah, I think this is like a pretty aggressive deck, and it kind of deals with whatever. I don't know. It might be more mid range. Is it more mid range?
No, this
I
is
think it's-
hyper aggro.
I think it's more mid range.
4 Goblin Tomb Raiders is mid range. You're tripping.
Okay, that's not mid range, but like
That's like 90% of games though. It's
3
just-
Sunshot Militias, clay fired bricks, Sahili's Lattice, 2 Idol of the Deep Kings, Thousand Moon Infantry.
Those
Like,
are
those
just a
are
turn.
all just not aggressive.
Those are all just to turn on your Goblin Tomb Raiders on 2 and just getting in. This is aggro. This is aggro. I refuse to say that.
5,000 on the aggro scale.
On the cute, it's not very cute.
I think it's cuter
I don't
than it
think
is
it's-
aggro.
Well, like
He's
Sunshine Militia,
killing people with militia.
He's killing people with militia. They're just
That's adorable.
That's the chip damage.
I don't love it. I don't love it. It is
You're a
kind of
hater.
cute.
You're a hater.
Yeah, I just don't like red white. Really,
Oh,
that's
man.
never gonna be cute to me.
You're a hater.
Like winning before turn 20 is never cool. Like, how do you even savor it if you just get it so quick?
No wonder you're like, you need more than 40
Yeah.
cards.
yeah, for
he-
sure.
He just wants to play more Magic.
Yeah.
If I draw all of my
Yeah.
40 cards and I don't win the game, I feel like the biggest loser of all time.
No, I feel like I gave it my all.
I feel like
like if I get to draw every card in my deck, I'm like, okay, you beat me. You beat me now.
yeah,
You
and
for sure beat me.
that sucks.
That's fine though.
Like-
Like, that's fine. I would rather every game be like that than like just get mana screwed. in
This is
the-
like a
Yeah,
3,500 on
yeah.
the mid range scale for me.
Really?
Yeah,
It's more. It's
it has a really. I mean, with four
Sunshine
With-
Militia does suck.
with
I'm gonna
four
say it.
tomb with
I'll
four
say
Goblin
it.
Tomb Raiders, like it's so hard not to call that aggro. Like if you're just getting it on 1 or 2 every time and just getting in there.
Yeah.
If you listen, Felber, which I think you do, let us know if this deck was aggro or mid range. Because I'd be willing to bet it's mid range.
It's mid range, I know, but it's so
aggro.
tough with it's so
It's
tough.
aggro.
You guys just forgot what aggro looks like, and you're making me mad. You don't remember aggro.
Well, the curve itself, like if you're just looking curve only, like my deck was actually way more aggro than this. but,
Yeah.
The curve, yeah.
I gave it a higher rating.
You did. All right, I got to
I
bump
think
it up.
it was.
I should have just gone to the 4,500 that I wanted to give it. All right.
Favorite drinks. This week's Superfecta is favorite drinks.
I want to say like seltzer waters, like just like
Give me
A
like a
little-
specific one.
a specific one.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's some differences there.
Dude, I do love LaCroix,
Do
but
you?
they're like all different.
They are
They're-
different, exactly.
Like I like basically all of them. They're all basically the same low key.
What's your favorite flavor?
Favorite flavor? I like. There's like a weird LaCroix that they don't. It comes in like the tall, skinny cans. That's like blackberry cucumber
Okay.
lime, and it's like my favorite one. Yeah,
Nice.
but like you never find it.
I hate seltzer water.
Mm.
Yeah, it's disgusting
Yeah,
for
it tastes
sure.
like
Yeah,
TV fit.
Oh,
like,
man.
but like 0 calories, it's good for you.
yeah.
it's
Yeah.
good. It's like water.
You
Right?
could like the more you drink, the better it is.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
like,
yeah,
Oh,
it's
yeah, it's
fine,
great
yeah.
stuff. Dr. Pepper.
Good pick.
The more you drink, not the better for you.
Definitely
No,
not
I mean, I was
mighty
talking about the
tasty.
better it tastes. Like with seltzer
Oh,
water,
for
like, you have to
sure.
like
Yeah.
break the barrier of
But
getting
like
used to it.
once you break that barrier, like
It's delightful.
yeah,
Okay.
you just pretend it's Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
Like you just drink it and pretend it's not bad taste.
I don't know, man. The Zevia version of Dr. Pepper is not very good.
Yeah.
But the cola is actually hella good.
Have you had like the ones where it's like a seltzer water, but it's like Coke?
Yes.
and
Not
it's
good.
like not. They just take the sugar out.
It's bad.
I like it.
It
I think
hurts.
it's okay.
Like, that
I
one
always
actually-
like the root beer. The root beer is better.
Okay.
You can kind of like if you shut your eyes, it's like root beer with a condom on for sure. Like,
I'm taking Coke.
Of course. That's.
Number one.
basic.
It's
Very
so
good.
it's just the best.
Can I
thing
take
there
like a
is.
Coke Zero?
Yeah,
Okay.
later.
Okay. Good.
Yeah,
Just
later.
wanted.
I'm taking Coke, and then I'm staying on brand.
Bud Light.
Mountain Dew.
Bud Light.
Oh,
Mountain
man.
Dew. Coke, Mountain Dew. I don't need anything else.
Basic.
I
I don't even need
Basic.
water at that point.
Oh
Coke, Mountain
man.
Dew.
Coffee.
Gross.
I like coffee.
I hate it.
I like it like black though.
Black coffee, man.
I like
Good.
it like cold brew too.
I know
Cold
I'm the
brew
weird
slaps.
one here, so I'm not gonna argue too much. But I hate it.
All right, I'm gonna go real controversial because it's objectively abhorrent and disgusting. Kombucha,
Ugh.
dude. It's like gym socks,
No,
but I
it's
kind of
so
love it.
bad. Oh, man.
It's like, ooh, how gross can this one be? Like, I try to seek out the grossest.
I might as well
one.
just drink apple cider vinegar.
It's
you know.
basically the same thing.
Yeah.
like it's basically just like fermented.
Yeah.
It's like an IPA. I don't actually drink, right? But like if I did, I'm pretty sure I would only drink like the grossest IPAs.
Ugh.
So I get another one.
Yep.
I already said kombucha, seltzer water. That's like what I normally drink though.
That's it.
That's it. I'm gonna
No,
stop.
I don't really drink kombucha
You
that
just got
much.
kombucha and some
No,
black.
I'm not
A
that
nice,
hard.
refreshing Bud Light.
I don't actually drink Bud Light. Oh, what's another one? I like energy drink. I kind of like the absurd like Bang energy drinks. That's
Those are
like,
good. Those are good.
Those are
That's like literally doing drugs,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That's kind of tight. I kind of like
I
those.
give it gives
Like
you another
anything
good
with
2 to
like-
3 hours for sure.
Anything with like 300 milligrams of caffeine that's like basically pre-workout, like that's kind of fire. I like those like once a week.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't drink them that much, but they come through in a pinch.
Yeah.
All right. Orange juice.
Ugh.
I like oranges.
It's fine. It's fine. Not my favorite.
Yeah, it's so good.
Not my favorite. I mean, apple juice obviously way better than
Ooh.
orange juice.
The apple juice is like sugar water though.
That's good.
That's the good.
Ah,
Oh, wait, were we supposed to be picking healthy drinks?
I don't know.
Or
It's
good
just
drinks.
like you just kind of taste it though. It tastes fake. It doesn't really taste like an apple.
Bro.
Like a orange juice tastes like oranges squished together. Like apple juice doesn't taste like that. There's like something
some
different.
of them do. It depends on which ones you get, but yeah, I'm not picking apple juice. I'm just saying it's better than orange
Okay.
juice.
Okay.
I'm gonna throw out zero sugar A&W is better than normal root beer.
Wow.
No, it's amazing.
It's good.
It tastes
It's
like,
like a good zero sugar.
it tastes like New Way root beer, which is amazing.
New Way is objectively wrong though. Like I hate it. That place sucks.
Well, okay.
Okay.
And then with
New Way
my
root beer is good.
with my last pick. Oh god, this is a tough one. I'm gonna say Gatorade.
Ooh.
It's okay.
What
Yeah,
flavor?
It's all right.
If I had to pick a flavor of Gatorade, that's my favorite. Oh, Fierce Grape.
Oh, that's wrong. That's
Oh,
super
man.
wrong. That's disgusting.
I think you
dude.
just threw away your superfecta this
Oh
week.
yeah, that's like objectively the worst flavor.
The actual
Other-
best flavor of Gatorade's not made anymore, and it was Rain Lime, which was amazing.
Was that the like cucumber lime one? The one
No,
that
it-
one slaps.
It was,
I do love
before
one.
that. I don't like that one really. I mean,
I like
it's
that
fine, but it was. Oh, dude, I used to just
Damn.
kill Rain Lime. If you guys ever find Rain Lime Gatorade,
Oh,
that's
man.
the best.
It was always that frost blue one.
The blue is
The
objectively
blue is
the
just
best.
the
color.
best.
No,
The
A
blue.
blue is objectively the
Powerade
best.
Blue is better than Gatorade Blue.
No, that's wrong.
period.
Oh man.
You know what I learned? All right, just to derail. But did you know that like Mountain Dew Baja Blast is literally what happens when you just take normal Mountain Dew and you add blue Powerade to it?
Really?
That's literally what Mountain Dew Baja Blast is.
Oh man.
Like they're like that's basically the recipe. Like just half and half, and it's Baja Blast.
When you guys were kids, did you ever have to drink All Sport? You remember that?
I did. I did.
How gross
It
that
was
was.
Was that the
terrible.
one that's like
It's
in
like
the,
worse than Gatorade and Powerade. It's like the next one. Yeah, and it had like the little
like the tab? I don't think I think I'm too young for that.
Yeah.
No, it was just like a knockoff.
I was always
Gatorade.
so pissed when they had all sport at like,
Yeah,
oh,
it was bad. All right, am I on my last pick now?
Yeah.
Milkshakes.
Not even really a drink.
Is that a drink or a dessert?
That's a dessert.
Is it a dessert?
It's not really like you don't really drink it. You kind of slurp it. You kind of like you have a spoon too.
like
It's like a very weak
technically
drink.
it can be a drink.
Technically,
right? But
right,
like,
it's against the spirit.
yeah.
Right?
I mean,
All right.
you knew it was a controversial thing to say.
I mean, I may have done it for controversy.
Yeah. I mean, like chocolate milk's allowed. That's like close to a milkshake.
I mean, it's basically like just a thicker chocolate milk, right?
Yeah.
Like, can you really
But-
get down to it? Okay. All right.
I mean, if you feel like you need it,
No.
you can take it.
Yeah,
but
you got it. You got it. You can have a
No, it's fine.
milkshake.
It's fine. Lemonade.
Lemonade's okay.
yeah, that reminded me of the one I was gonna pick last, and now I'm sad I didn't pick it. Which was cherry limeade.
Cherry
Ooh,
limeade's
cherry
okay.
limeade.
Yeah. So for my last one, I like tea.
Yeah.
I like tea. I like black tea, which is probably like
love
objectively the worst.
I love
one.
unsweetened tea. Just
Yeah,
like unsweetened iced tea. I like it. It's good.
Yeah, I've been. I like black tea, and I like to put lemon in it, like lemon juice.
Oh,
I
yeah.
genuinely think if 100 people voted for this, I would be shocked if one voted for you.
Yeah, I objectively have the worst one for sure. I just pick the ones I like, right? I'm not in here to win.
Like you paid someone to vote for you. If 1 out of 100 votes for you,
I for sure like. Yeah, for sure. Like definitely the most disgusting beverages. Yeah,
Kombucha.
but they're my.
Kombucha. You
It's
put
so
like-
funny though. It's such a funny beverage. Like I encourage everyone try it because it's disgusting. It's like a fun little thing because you're like with your buddies and you're like, hey, try this kombucha. It's foul. like it's so much fun. It's a fun
Oh
beverage.
man.
Yeah.
All
I think
right.
that's all we got this week.
we'll catch you boys on the flip.
Bye.